Hello my peeps, today I have for you The Second Coming, a game that has two parts. You have choice-based as well as tactical gameplay, so I'd like to deal with the game in two parts, first covering the story and the choices within the game. It does have a nice storyline. You're visited by aliens claiming to be the second coming of God. You send out a team to investigate, seeing the mission from two sides, a very liberal scientists and some very gun-happy soldiers. Well, I guess pacifist soldiers probably would be an oxymoron, and the characters within the story do seem to have individual personalities. So with a mix of a huge question mark in the story and the characters available, the game for me was very playable. And as the developers were aiming for a gamebook format, this was achieved in a pleasurable way. And what added a nice little pinch of salt was that some of the decisions didn't seem to be very obvious on the outcomes. And as you're dealing with an investigation on an alien ship, it was very fitting for the theme. The art style of the game is a watercolour style, and apart from faces, this is pulled off at a very high level, adding to the book-like feel of the game. The other tool which is available is the commentary, and while some young viewers might think that the voice comes across as a little unemotional, it works because everything is said with an air of amazement. The commentary is just there to outline the story without pulling emphasis on things you encounter. It allows you to feel how you like without the game telling you how to feel. See, I would go as far as saying if in the 1930s, if hearing a woman's voice on the radio wouldn't cause your brain to melt out of your ears, or dangerous times, she could have voiced War of the Worlds, as it seemed to pull on my affection of Orson Welles. Now for a bigger butt than even my Auntie Floris after a dessert at an all-you-can-eat buffet. The core gameplay is around a tactical style of placing troops and attacking. This offers a layer of simplicity, which is not a bad thing within the game like this, as the main function is the decisions within the story. Move, attack and examine are the only commands you have to worry about, and while it adds nothing but a different way to tell the story and keep the players involved, it takes masses away from the good work done before. All the pacing of the game stops dead, with having to move each character one at a time, only 2 squares, and being asked to get to the end of levels to discover something, to go back to the start to use it, and then back to the end to progress, means you have to indulge in this slow as hell movement again and again. This wasn't just a little annoyance, a slight oversight, this was egregious. I mean, it's like marriage. It took something that was wonderful, beautiful, exciting, added what it thought it should, i.e. marriage, and just ruined it all. And why I found this so bad when the rest of the game was so good, due to this being a story-based game, is making my mind wander for such long periods, meaning that the story that came just before wouldn't be remembered. It would continue to take me in and out of my immersion of the game. It's not hard. Do not artificially extend your game at the cost of quality. I would rather have the best 5-minute fuck of my life than a 2-hour chore with some ugly bitch. I mean, be nicer, Coog? No, it was pointed out to them in the demo back in October, and they didn't even bother to reply to this thread, never mind even try to address it. Why take your Mona Lisa and give her baby crayons to improve it? It's just disappointing. Why not let me move 3 squares? Why? I cannot even be bothered. Just note that the gameplay section of this game will make you wish you had a blade to cut off your own body parts. Just have something funner to do. So as for recommendations for this game, if you have all the time and like a good story, it's worth a pickup. If you're a very busy person and games you need to be picked up and put down and fill some quality time, then it's not worth it because of these parts of the game. This game is in early access, and there's a really annoying bug in the game where the location freaks out, causing voiceovers to overlap, hearing all the speech available within the area. When it overlays the context you're supposed to listen to, it's like being told off by 2 people at once. You're so busy trying to hear both that you pick up on nothing. But it does seem to be something that can be fixed, so that's why I've put it in this section. When games are early access, they get a square with some common questions, and I love this reply. How is the full version planned to differ from the early access version? When the early access version of the game is complete, it will contain much of the full game. When your game's complete, it will contain the full fucking game. But anyway, you just go and enjoy the world. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you want to be a completionist about your game knowledge and be that know-it-all that everyone hates, then hit the sub button now. But we're up to the point where I think the quality is there that we can push this channel forward, and I'd like to start setting some targets. So I'll be looking for 100 subscribers by this Tuesday, and if we can manage to hit that, then we're going to be doing a 48-hour stream with all donations going towards Cancer Research UK, where you will be able to get involved as well.